Stop, listen, and ask yourself, have you ever pondered at the idea that there may be something to the other side? If so, and you're hearing my voice for the first time, then you may have just fallen into the void. Hey, and welcome to another exciting episode of Into the Void, where we talk about anything and everything paranormal. I'm your ghost host with the most, G-Man, bringing you all the best in supernatural and unnatural. Joining me, as always, is the one and only Rene. I can't believe it's not butter. Bravo. That's the one I chose today. How you doing, Rene?
I'm doing good.
All right. How anything new going on?
Not really. Just same old.
Yeah.
Getting by.
Well, Rene, are you ready?
Yes.
Because we have a special guest for this episode. In fact, we have 3 special guests for this episode.
Wow.
But first, it's that time of year again. The Halloween season is upon us. Yes, it's that time of year when theme parks close their doors early to the public and open them back up for the monsters, ghouls, goblins, and chainsaw-holding college students who are trying to make a buck to scare the crap out of you. Yes, my friends, the spooks and thrills are once again taking over your local grocery store and coffee shops. And speaking of coffee shops, Rene, pumpkin spice is still back in season. But let me ask you something. How far is too far with pumpkin spice?
I think it's when it gets into pastries.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Certain ones.
So, like, there's certain pastries you won't eat?
Yeah.
Like
if
which
it's
ones?
Pumpkin spice. I don't know, if like a Danish or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm simple with Danishes.
I don't think we can hang out anymore, man.
Really?
I'm a Danish guy.
You're a Danish guy?
I love
Oh,
Danishes.
okay. I only eat like either berries or cheese Danish.
Okay, berries, Danishes are
Yeah.
good. Cheese Danishes don't really settle with me very well. But let me say this. We all know that pumpkin spice tastes good in those delicious treats, you know, the ones that you don't really like too much.
Yeah.
But what about pumpkin spice in fish?
Ooh, what?
Yeah. I'm talking about pumpkin spice salmon.
No.
Yeah, that's a real thing. So you wouldn't try this?
No.
Okay. No,
Would
that's
you?
fine.
No, would you?
I think I'd give it a little bit of a taste. I don't know. I'm not really too sure on that. So here's the thing. What was supposed to be listed as a now we've gone too far subject on Reddit came to be something else entirely. All right, so get this. Many people started commenting on how good pumpkin spice salmon really is. So it turns out you can use the cinnamon and the nutmeg as like a dry rub or like some sort of batter on the salmon.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's like fish and chips, but like pumpkin spice fish and chips. No?
No.
Still not
When
doing
you
it
say
for
that
you?
together, it's, no.
No, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Well, listen, if you're a fan of fish, but you can't get enough of that pumpkin spice, well, then maybe pumpkin spice salmon just might be the catch of the season. See what I did there?
Yeah.
That was horrible. All right. Well, let's get to the main reason of this show. And that is we have here in the studio a very special guest. Now, you may have caught her dancing at Angel Stadium on the field or watched her on YouTube as she shares with her viewers her busy lifestyle. And Rene, get this. Our special guest is a dancer, a teacher, a choreographer, actress, creator, influencer, and vlogger.
Wow.
How does she have the time? I do not know. Her YouTube channel consists of many different videos such as challenges, reviews, and my personal favorite, haunting videos.
Yeah.
Bats and ghouls, please give a warm welcome to a woman who explores haunted places while making funny faces. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kelsi Davies.
Woo, thanks for having me. I had to cheer for myself there.
Well, Kelsi, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show.
Thanks for having me.
This is awesome, by the way. I'm very
This is my first
stoked.
time doing a podcast.
Awesome. This is great. So we have a first timer, which is awesome. So you have some guests with us.
I do.
If you guys go ahead and just introduce yourselves.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Tyler.
Hey, all right. Nice to meet you. And Ashley, you have your own YouTube channel, correct?
I do. It's called Adventures with Ashley.
Awesome. Tyler, do you have a YouTube channel?
I have a channel, but I don't have any videos posted.
Oh, I'm the same way. I have a channel with only 2 videos posted, and for some reason I have 7 subscribers.
Yeah, he has like 25.
What?
Yeah, that's because of her.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Tyler's like the sidekick, I'd say, in my
Yeah,
videos. You know?
he's like the Robin.
Oh, nice. Okay. So who's Batman, just out of curiosity? Would it be Ashley or Kelsi?
I think Ashley.
Oh.
Definitely Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley is.
No, why would you consider Ashley to be the Batman?
She's kind of mysterious.
Oh. Okay.
She's a little quiet, this little thing, but she's like mysterious, you know?
Okay. So, Kelsi, you make vlogs about your adventures. Actually, there's something I'd like to talk to you about, but I want to ask you real quick. What made you want to start vlogging in the first place? Like, what was it about it that you just said, you know what? I want people to see my face and what I do on these videos.
I feel like I have a very different way of life, I guess. I don't know. I kind of just do things that I like to do and meet people in different situations that are kind of interesting for other people to see. So I'm like, why don't I share it? Like, I used to post Facebooks of like me sharing my entire life. No one cared. You know, I was like 13 or whatever. And then later, my friend Maddie, I used to have a channel, Maddie and Kelsi. It was a pretty successful channel. And we decided, we're like, why don't we share our lives with other people? We should have our own reality show. You know, we like thought we were, I don't know, we thought we were funny. So
No, that's awesome.
So I was like, let's do this. Let's make vlogs and see where it goes. And then we found Omar Gosh TV on YouTube, and I like fell in love with his videos. I thought they were so cool and creepy. Like, I've always loved creepy things.
Yeah.
Like, I used to watch Beetlejuice when I was little. That was my favorite movie.
Nice, okay.
So I've always been into creepy things, and Omar just like got me out to go to these places because I was really scared of ghosts. But now I'm like, they're there.
That's
You
cool.
know?
No, that's awesome. It's funny you actually mentioned that because I was going to say you have some friends that also vlog too. Like, you've got Omar Gosh TV. Your friend Chris has a channel called Chris Star, correct?
Yeah, Chris Star.
Okay. And then you've got the G Team Paranormal Investigations.
Oh, yeah, they're awesome.
Okay, awesome. So how often do you all go on like paranormal investigations?
Well, we all live on different areas of like the United States. So Chris lives in New Jersey. I live here in California. And then Patty and Omar, they live in Florida.
Oh, wow.
So it's basically whenever one of them come out to California or if we go out to Florida. So me and Chris Star, we went out to Florida like a few months ago and decided, hey, let's film with Patty. Omar wasn't there at the time.
Okay.
But we stayed at his house, which was nice of him. But
I gotta say, because I'm a fan of his channel, Omar Gosh
Yeah.
TV, and just the haunted explorations that he does. Not to like go straight into Omar and forget Kelsi, but
No, yeah.
yeah, his house is. I mean, I think I saw the house that he had before, and then the house he has now.
Yeah.
Beautiful homes out in Florida.
Yeah,
Absolutely beautiful.
really pretty. It's like right by the river. Like, it's beautiful.
But you also live in a very nice neighborhood. I don't want to give it away because I don't want people trying to stalk you. But I remember there was a Instagram or a video that you put it up of you trying to skateboard, and I saw the neighborhood, and I'm like, man, that's a nice neighborhood.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a really nice area. I like it. It's kind of like a little bubble. Nothing really happens there.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's nice to venture out to weird areas, but go home to like an area that feel like I'm in a little bubble, all safe in there.
Yeah. No, that's good though.
All
That's
tucked
good.
in.
So you have some very creepy and eerie videos of your abandoned places closer to your home and like haunted locations.
Yeah.
Which brings me to the 3 haunted locations that I'd like to talk to you about. You've got the Clown Motel in Tonopah, Nevada.
Yeah,
We
that
have,
one's creepy.
Yeah, from what I saw.
was, yeah.
Renee, I sent the video to Renee for him to take a look at it. And we were talking about it, and he said, what was it? You were creeped out by
I was
it.
creeped out. I think what I thought that was really creepy was that it was right next to a cemetery. too.
Yeah, it's right next to the
Yeah.
Tonopah Cemetery where a lot of people died from like yellow fever or something.
Jeez.
It was like the Tonopah plague, something like that.
Oh
And
my gosh.
like a lot of people died and they built the cemetery or they built the Clown Motel next to the cemetery.
That's insane.
So it's very creepy over there.
And then we've got the Mizpah. Is it the Mizpah Hotel?
Yeah, the Mizpah Hotel. That's also in Tonopah.
Right, yeah. Now that hotel's interesting.
That one's really cool. It's really old looking. They kind of kept it like its time, I guess, when it was built. And there's like a lot of stories there.
Wow.
A lot. So that place was really cool. I liked that one a lot.
And then you've also got the infamous Roosevelt Hotel in
Oh,
Hollywood.
yeah. That was freaking awesome.
That I've been in that hotel. I think I was just walking around one day in Hollywood and I was like, oh, look, the Roosevelt. And I went in there for a little while and I actually left because someone was looking at me like, what is this guy doing here?
Yeah.
And I actually ended up meeting a celebrity one time. He was walking
Oh.
out. It's the guy that played Iceman in the X-Men movies.
Oh, I don't know.
I forgot his
Sean
name.
Ashmore?
Is it Sean Ashmore?
I think so.
I just remember him from a Disney Channel show called In a Heartbeat and then Animorphs. That's it.
Animorphs, yeah.
Yeah, and then X-Men. I wish I remember his name. So shout out to that actor. So let's talk about the Clown Motel.
Yeah.
Because like I said beforehand, everyone loves clowns.
Yeah, that video was actually featured on Nuke's Top 5.
I saw that. Congratulations,
yeah, that
by
was
the way.
exciting. Thank you.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that was really exciting, but I mean, it's creepy, but
It is, yeah, it is. So, do you have a fear of clowns, just out of curiosity?
when I was little, I guess I was a little bit scared, but I don't really have like that fear that a lot of people have, I guess.
Okay.
My fear's kind of gone down a little bit since the whole paranormal exploring thing.
I imagine your fear has gone down from
Yeah.
everything that you've done so far, which, again, creepy videos. I love them.
Yeah, that place was gnarly.
So, for those who are unaware, to my understanding, and you can totally correct me if I'm wrong, because I love being corrected, Leona and Leroy David founded this hotel in 1985. According to the Tonopah.com, this hotel was deemed America's scariest hotel. And quite a few people agree that this is due to the fact the hotel is next to a cemetery.
Yeah.
Now, Kelsi, you got to stay in the Creepy Clown Motel.
Yes.
What was that like?
We stayed in the most haunted room in the hotel, actually.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, there were a few weird things that happened. The hotel itself is a little bit run down. It's a little, we took a black light to like the sheets and there was some stains on there on one of the beds. So
Wow.
we stayed away from that bed. I mean, you get what you pay for,
Those were the scenes they didn't show you in the video.
We did. No, we did on one. We did on a vlog. We showed.
Oh,
we
okay,
showed it. Yeah,
okay.
not on the creepy one, but that place. It's like $50 a night. You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
We stayed in the most haunted room, and we heard 3 knocks on our door. We would look, and no one would be there. And we heard like things moving in our room. We slept with this haunted doll in the room. We took a haunted doll from the lobby where they have all these haunted clown dolls. We took one, and it ended up like face down the next morning. Like it moved by itself. But through the night, I felt something pulling my feet, like tugging on my feet. And then I think Chris experienced some things that she said in the video. I just forget what they were. But I think there was like a dark energy, whatever it was,
man.
in that room.
That's insane.
Yeah, and then we went to the lobby at night because we got special access to it. I think it's pretty easy to get access to it because the owner lives in the hotel. Like he was in the room next to us.
Okay.
In one of the other haunted rooms, and so we had to knock on his door and like at 1 a.m. and ask him to let us into the lobby.
Oh, man.
And
I mean, obviously he was okay with it because he woke up and let you
no,
guys
he was
in
all
there.
excited. Like,
Did he stay in the room with you guys too, or did he just let you go in there and like lock the door and was like, "Good luck"?
he stayed in there. He
Oh,
wanted
okay.
to experience it with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so some like a cupboard opened by itself. There was a big clown doll. Its foot started moving, and he was kind of like, "Whoa!" And he was telling us which dolls like moved by themselves at night.
I saw in that video of the clown, like the one that's sitting in the chair, its foot kind of just
It just
like rocks a
started
little
moving.
bit. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of clowns, so
yeah.
I'm pretty sure you'll never find me. I can't say never though, because I have a feeling I'm going to be
You're
there.
gonna be there, one
Right?
day, yeah, eventually.
I'm gonna
One day,
call
you
Rene.
that's something you should do like on your bucket list.
Yeah, I should put that on my bucket list, and my bucket list is pretty long, so I need
I
to.
bet.
I gotta add more to that bucket list, and it looks like the Clown Motel is gonna be on it.
Yeah.
See, now you guys just convinced me to go to the hotel. Thanks a lot.
Make it just the first one and get it over with.
Right?
You know?
The entire town's like really weird. Like there's a lot of abandoned houses. One of them we found like a gun on the floor in the
Whoa.
house. And every house has like everything in it. Like no one's taken anything. So it's all antiques, like things that you would think people would steal and sell. But
Why
they're
do you
just
think
in
that
there.
is though? Like, why do you think they've left all that stuff behind?
I have no idea. It's really strange. That whole town is really old. Like it's just a strange town.
Oh man, that's creepy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go visit that town.
That makes it even more weird because there was a part in the video where there was stuff getting thrown at you in the cemetery.
Oh yeah, there was like
Yeah.
a rock. We heard in the cemetery a rock being thrown, and we were kind of freaked out a little bit.
Yeah.
But that happens usually, you know.
Real
so-
quick, that hasn't happened. That's happened like multiple times to you, right? Because I
Oh,
remember there was a
yeah.
video where a can got thrown at you.
Yeah, that was with Tyler actually.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
At the Victorville Air Force Base. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So a can's been thrown at me. I was holding a haunted doll in a cemetery with Omar and James and Patty actually. That was like a few years ago, and a rock got thrown at me. Like it went past my head.
Whoa.
Right behind me. I was like, holy crap. Like you could see it on video bounce. And then another one gets thrown later. And then in the cemetery in Tonopah, next to the Clown Motel, this chair just started, like it spun and like fell on the ground.
We saw that in the video. You see the chair like spin in a way as if like somebody almost like got up quickly off the chair and like knocked it over.
Yeah.
Almost like they were jumping at you to get out of the cemetery.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It was insane. It was after the rock went, like our hearts were already racing, and then that happens. We're like, okay, we're done. Like,
oh man.
In the video, I was like, we have to sleep here. I was so upset.
So in the video, you seem to have caught voices.
Oh yeah.
Do you know how many voices you caught out of that place, just out of curiosity?
I'm not sure. We use the spirit box too, but usually in all my videos, I capture like any voices. Like sometimes I hear them in person. I don't like hear like I'm not weird like that. I hear voices.
And that's our show. All right.
It's nice to hear dead people. So like sometimes when we go places, I hear things and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I look back at the footage and it's there. So it's like, I'm not crazy, you know, like people think I'm crazy and I'm like, no, like, listen, you hear it. And sometimes my mom watches it. She's like, oh, I did. I don't like that. She like hates it.
Sorry, Tyler, we're going to point that out. We saw that, by the way. For those of you listening, Tyler did a little movement of crazy here.
Tyler.
So this is a pretty common thing for you to pick up voices or EVPs.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, after
That's
exploring
wild.
a lot of places, like I could walk into a room and just know like if there's a spirit there. I could feel like, you know, there's like an energy that you feel, and then I hear it, like I feel like they come to me because they know I'm kind of open to like hearing them. So like I heard Marilyn Monroe at the Roosevelt actually too.
Well, that's something new.
Yeah. We were looking for the rooftop, like a staircase to the rooftop, just out of curiosity, just to go up there. And I heard like someone say fire, and it was like a whisper. And then I look back and it sounds like a woman, and Marilyn Monroe said to haunt the Roosevelt. So it was like fire. I was like, fire? Like I heard it in person, and then I realized like maybe she was saying fire escape. Maybe that's how you could get to the roof. So that was pretty weird.
We're gonna come back to the Roosevelt because I do have some things I wanted to mention here. In an article I read online, it's called "Colorful Clientele Who Stay at America's Scariest Motel" by a person by the name of Dahlia Benner, who wrote the article, talked to quite a few people and workers about the motel and its reason for being haunted. A housekeeper even stated that the spirits are becoming upset due to much traffic in the graveyard, especially around the Halloween season. And I feel like that, I mean, I don't think you guys were there close to Halloween when you went to the motel the first time.
Yeah, no. It was like in the summer, I think.
Okay. So they do get quite a bit of traffic that goes, that people come in and out of that hotel a lot.
Definitely.
So do you think maybe that so you and Chris were walking through the graveyard, do you think maybe you had disrupt something?
Possibly. I mean, we were stepping around the graves. Like everyone's like, you're stepping on the graves. But we really did step around the graves and stuff. We try to be respectful wherever we go.
That's good, yeah.
Some explorers go and like trash the place. You know, it's like so messed up. But I think that they just knew what we were looking for because they're like, okay, well, they want something to happen. Well, here you go. You know, like get out of my graveyard.
No, that's understandable. Yeah. I always mention this a lot, but in the second episode, you'll hear me talk about an paranormal experience I had where I stumbled upon something which I should not have stumbled upon, and I was attacked.
Oh, wow.
And so it's one of those like, and you don't really realize it though until it's too late.
Yeah.
And it felt like a warning, like stay out of this area, do not come back.
Yeah, definitely.
It was pretty mind blowing actually for what happened.
Crazy.
So it's understandable for something like that to happen in a cemetery. Are you planning on returning to the Clown Motel at any time soon, or?
I definitely would.
Yeah,
would go back.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely.
How about Ashley and Tyler? Would you guys go with her on this?
I am terrified of clowns, so count me out of that.
Okay.
Tyler
I
would.
would go. I've been in there before by myself. I've driven up there just for the fun of it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
All right, so let's talk about the Mizpah Hotel, which is still in Tonopah, Nevada.
Yeah.
So USA Today has listed this place as the #1 haunted hotel. It looks like it opened its doors in 1907. It's been featured in season 5 of Ghost Adventures. That would be episode 2, I believe.
Yeah.
The hotel is said to be haunted by multiple spirits, and the one that seems to be the most talked about is the woman in red. Would you care to clarify more on that?
Yeah, so the lady in red, we actually stayed in the lady in red suite. Her suite was actually a lot bigger than they have it now. They kind of have different suites available, but it was like almost the whole corner of the top floor.
Okay.
She actually was, I think she had just broken up with her boyfriend or something, and then I think she became a prostitute, and he was very jealous of that and was upset with her, and he actually murdered her outside of her suite in the hallway.
Whoa.
So, and it said that her blood is still on like the cement below the carpet. So if you lift up the carpet, her blood's still there.
Wow.
So she's said to haunt that entire top floor. And then it's like the third or second floor is haunted by 2 children, which they don't know.
Yeah,
they don't know where they came from.
You say that in the video, and I'm curious to wonder where those children came from.
They don't know. They think maybe they stayed there and liked it, or maybe they're just dark entities that transform as children, which is said to that they do that. Like on the Queen Mary, there's like Jackie that's said to be like a demon in a child's body.
Right, yeah. That's wild. The Lady in Red is a very interesting story, and a lot of people seem to go over that way to stay in her room and, see if anything happened. And you and Chris had both gone to that hotel, and you guys walked into a bar. And there's a really interesting part that made me I had to rewind it back and forth, because there's a part where you guys walk in and there's a ceiling fan completely off.
Yeah.
And it was just really random. And then all of a sudden, like as you're talking, you hadn't even acknowledged the ceiling fan yet. And you can see it just spinning around. And then you guys acknowledged it. And then as you acknowledge it again, it starts to slow down and stop.
Yeah. That was strange.
Yeah. So out of curiosity here, what were the feelings that you were getting in that part of the hotel?
It was kind of like a get out feeling, like we don't want you in this area. Other parts of the hotel I felt like safe, or like in the Lady in Red room I actually slept really well, like I felt comfortable. But in that room downstairs, I just felt like we shouldn't be here.
Wow, okay.
Like we should get out. And then we heard a few things there, and then that ceiling fan was really strange. We didn't know, because all the lights were off, none of the other ceiling fans were moving.
Right.
So that was just really weird, and it started slowing down right when we started leaving.
That's wild. Did you guys happen to pick up any EVPs in the bar area or the restaurant area?
I'm not sure. I think maybe people commented saying they heard a few things, but I didn't catch it while I was editing. In that bar area, I mean, if there is any, it's probably negative.
Yeah. You guys were staying at the Mizpah Hotel. You stayed in the Lady in Red room. Another unusual thing that happened to you was the elevator, which I've read online that the elevator just opens and closes by itself, or goes up and down as if it's picking up actual people and taking them to rooms or to the floor.
Yeah.
And in the video, you had just started your intro when the elevator had it just automatically opened. What were your feelings when that happened?
It was really creepy. It was very unexpected. I didn't know what to feel. I didn't know if someone was just messing with us or like pressing buttons or something.
Okay.
But there wasn't really anyone there. That whole town was kind of empty.
Oh, okay,
at the time of year we went, it was really empty. There weren't really many visitors. So there's actually a man that haunts that elevator, and he was like, I think he built the elevator, and he was one of the pulley people. It would like pull up like the old elevators.
Yeah, the pull system that they used to have.
He used to do the pulley
system, right?
Yeah, something like that. So it was one of the first elevators in Nevada.
Oh, wow.
And he was the pulley operator, and he would like let people in, pull them up and everything. And he later died. I don't think it had anything to do with the elevator, the death. But I guess he loved his job, and he just greets visitors by like opening the elevator for them still.
So it sounds like we've got a classic residual haunting that goes on with the elevator. For those who don't know what a residual haunting is, it's basically the spirit or entity has passed away, but as it comes back, it continues to do the same thing that it does when it was alive. So whoever it was, handling the elevator at the time, obviously came back and kept doing the elevator. I mean, that's kind of a nice thing, though, to know that, like, a spirit is like, hey, you're at my hotel. Welcome, come on in,
Right, yeah. The lady at the front desk was telling me, like, the elevator always opens for her, like, and she just says thank you, like, to the whatever spirit is in there. So she enjoys his company there.
That's one thing I've always been a fan of, Renee, is people that acknowledge the spirit for doing something and saying thank you. To me, I feel like that's going to ease a spirit's emotional side or whatever's going on in their head, as opposed to like ignoring it.
Yeah.
That's really cool, though. Well, let's move on to the Roosevelt Hotel,
Okay.
because that is a very interesting video.
That was a very interesting night.
Yeah. Now, Ashley and Tyler, you guys had both been with Kelsi during that video.
They actually paid for the hotel, so shout out to them.
Oh, okay. So that's why Kelsi was in that video. No, I'm kidding. So let's start off with, you guys were in the hotel. I loved your introductions, by the way, in that video. Before I get to you, Kelsi, because you had a very interesting experience in the basement of the hotel.
Yeah.
And then Ashley and Tyler, you guys had gone off in the video and taken pictures out in the lobby area. And sorry, I'm laughing because there is a very funny part in the video where Ashley has been showing Kelsi, or Tyler and Ashley were showing Kelsi the picture that was taken, and it was a very interesting blue light that showed up. I will say this, because the blue lights, when they show up, I'm sorry, I'm like,
No, but
let's just
it
get to
happened
it.
to be on her crotch.
Yeah, let's just say it was on her crotch. Now, the first picture that you had shown Kelsi, that you ended up putting on your camera, the blue light that was located in the crotchal region, it's interesting because if you look at it, it's not just like a dot of blue light.
Yeah.
There's like a smear of blue light, almost like it's trying to wrap itself around you like a dress.
Right.
Do you want to go ahead and explain more on that? Ashley, sorry.
I'm trying to remember the whole story because I know one of the guys came out and told us that one of the times they came out, they found a man that was just dead on the couch, which is right where I was taking the picture, right behind the couch. So we don't know if it was like a woman or if it was the man coming through or what, but...
Wow.
Or there's a little girl in a blue dress said to haunt that lobby.
Right.
So there's like
Maybe it
multiple
was
different
that.
things. Like it could have been anyone. But...
So it made me wonder, because when you had mentioned the little girl in the blue dress, it made me wonder if maybe like she was making herself known in front of you, because, you know, children that tend to haunt places really are more attracted to the female presence due to the mother likeness that they give off. So I'm wondering if that is the little girl in the blue dress and she just so happened to see you, or she was standing there and you just decided to cut her off. So,
Right.
I mean, either way, though, it's just,
Ashley.
it's a really fascinating and amazing picture to catch. And there are quite a few pictures that people catch at the Roosevelt Hotel, whether it's in their room, whether it's Marilyn Monroe's mirror, the ballroom, which we are going to get to, by the way, Kelsi, because I have something on that for you. So, Tyler, you were there at the Roosevelt Hotel, and you were taking pictures, hanging out with Ashley and Kelsi. Did you happen to experience anything while you were there?
I mean, I was the one that was taking the photos and got the blue dress on Ashley, so that was interesting. And there was a bunch of like cold spots in the hotel. There was a lot going on in there, honestly. Yeah,
there's quite a bit that goes on. Moving on through the hotel, you guys had gone... Gotta remember this here because I was watching it like at least 100 times. So let's move on to this, like, you got a tour of the hotel. Like, you talked to the security guard and he was like, come on, I'll show you the scarier places.
That was a really weird situation. So Tyler and Ashley, they were tired. They went upstairs to go to bed, and me and Chris, we went downstairs to film. And there was a security. Me and Chris were just messing with people downstairs, making ghost noises, like in the lobby. That's not on camera, but we were doing that. And the security guard was just kind of looking at us, like, and he came up to us. He's like, "Do you guys have a room here?" We're like, "Yeah." Like, he's like, "Can I see your room card?" We're like, "Okay." So we showed him, and then
please note, by the way, that's a completely normal thing for a security guard to ask.
Yeah.
I've worked as a security guard in hotels. It's quite annoying to have people going around going, and you have to bug them. And I don't like asking it, but I know they're staying there. But it's a normal thing.
Yeah,
so.
but I feel like on the security cameras, he totally saw us sneaking into like the ballroom and everything. So I think he kind of like knew who we were. He's like, "Yeah, there were these two girls with cameras. Like, was that you guys?" We're like, "No." And then
trying to play innocent. Nice.
Yeah, he like actually took us around the entire hotel to like really haunted rooms where like a news anchor died and he had to actually help transport the body. The guy did.
Whoa.
He took us to the rooftop, like this big suite where the guy died, and he took us into this bar area, something like that.
Okay.
Where someone died on the couch in the bar area. And then in the lobby, he actually told us about the man who died on that couch in the lobby. So there's been a lot of deaths there that he's witnessed himself.
Oh my gosh.
He took us out by the pool and told us like his experiences. He was like sleeping by the pool one day on his break, and he woke up to a little girl saying "boo," like trying to scare him, and then he like fluttered his eyes and looked again and she was gone.
So he was asleep. The girl came up and said, boo. He wakes up and she's not there.
He wakes up and then flutters his eyes and like she just disappears.
Oh,
like, and he doesn't know where she went. So that was crazy to hear. But he actually experienced a lot of things in that hotel, and he took us to like the secret. It was like this bookshelf door that they have.
Yeah,
like,
it looks almost like an
room.
escape room.
Yeah, he like took us there. We're like, where are we going? He took us to this other part of the hotel that...
I mean, that's not uncomfortable. There's already ghosts here. Now you're taking us to this, weird room, but hey.
Right? We're like, all right. Like, we thought we were
do
in
it for the
trouble.
gram, I guess,
Yeah. At first, we thought we were in trouble because, like, he was like, all right, come with me, But then he,
man.
showed us around and stuff. That was pretty cool of him.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's absolutely nuts.
He was like the manager of the hotel, so...
Ashley and Tyler, you went upstairs and went back to sleep. Mm-hmm. Did anything happen while you guys were like in your room by chance?
Honestly, I'd say the strangest thing was the painting on the wall.
Yeah.
It was on backwards. Yeah, we couldn't explain this. From the moment we walked in, I was like, is that painting backwards on the wall?
What?
Yeah, and it's literally like nailed on there, glued on there or something. We have no idea.
That is weird.
Yeah, so I kept trying to turn it around, but we couldn't move it.
Or the miniature picture on the wall. Like there were some really random art pieces in there that just didn't quite make sense.
Yeah.
Because it seemed to be like a newly remodeled room.
Oh, okay.
And it was just weird pieces that were almost like original artwork or something.
Wow.
I don't know.
Or certain things were missing. And, yeah,
I forgot about that. The
That's
painting?
insane.
Wow.
There's got to be a reason why that painting is
are they
backwards.
hiding
Yeah.
something?
Yeah. What? That's weird.
That is a little strange. I will definitely look that up. I'm going to call and be like, why is my painting backwards? Sir, what room are you in? Doesn't matter. So, Kelsi, you were walking down into the basement area. It was you, Chris Starr, Ashley, you were there, and Tyler, you were there also. Now, Tyler, you had pointed out that you saw a light kind of dim and come back up or get brighter and dim.
Yeah.
And then Chris points out that she saw a shadow near the stairway.
Yeah.
Did you guys happen to see quite a bit of shadows in that area?
She caught a lot on video, and then they saw some weird stuff when I was in a hallway. And then I saw a man with blue jeans and
the blue.
Yes.
Blue.
A lot of blue.
Yeah.
And a flash of blue light too
Yeah,
is what we
it
saw.
was.
A lot of blue going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you guys did see a flash of blue light. That's right.
So you brought up something that I wanted to talk to you about. And now in the video, you're walking down the hall, and there's a part where the camera goes past the door, but we don't see anything. But you said that you saw a man in a blue suit.
Yeah, the corner of my eye, it was so weird. At the corner of my eye, I see this man there, and it kind of I looked a little bit because I didn't want to be creepy and look at this man.
Right.
But then I look and he's gone. And it was very distinct, everything I saw. I was explaining it in the video. He had a hat on, he had certain colored shoes. It was really distinct what I saw. And then I kept walking, I was freaking out, and then freaking Chris jumps out of the corner, scares me.
That was probably my favorite part in that whole video.
I was I just saw something really disturbing, and you just did that.
That was great, because Rene, you saw, she fully just flies back.
Yeah.
I just fell on the floor.
Yeah, you fall on the floor, and you guys are all laughing. Ashley and Tyler are laughing along with Chris Starr, but my God, that was hilarious. I will say this, though. Chris Starr did scare the crap out of me, because I'm intrigued by what you saw, and I'm really listening for any EVPs, and I'm watching my TV, and I'm like, she's going to find something. She's going to, oh my God.
Rip headphone users.
Yeah, that was great, though. Then there's a part in your video, there is a scene where you guys walk into the ballroom.
Yeah.
And you find the piano. There's a lot of history that says that the piano plays by itself. I've witnessed that. That is creepy.
Have you?
I've heard it, not witnessed it. Sorry, I've heard the piano playing, and it's one of those I was walking by it, I heard the piano, and I was like, oh, that's kind of nice. And I was looking to see if anything was going on, and I'm like, there's no one in here.
Yeah.
And I think to myself, maybe the guy got up and left, and I see that the piano is way at the top, and I'm like, because now I didn't see the secret door that was right there. It was closed.
Yeah.
So I was thinking to myself, who the hell was just playing this piano? And then you showed me that there was a door there, so it made me go, well, maybe the person walked off.
It's actually a storage closet. I asked the manager, he took us up to the piano because he has seen things up there, and he wanted to show us the piano. That's actually where he saw our cameras. He's like, you were the girls with the cameras. And we're like, oh, shoot.
Caught red-handed.
I know, we're like, oh. But he was telling us about the piano, how there's a man in a white tuxedo that plays the piano, and he's heard it before. And then also in the ballroom, there's another man in a black tuxedo that hangs around the ballroom, just down, not where the piano is, but down on the floor.
So we have one spirit that has a white tuxedo. We have one spirit that has a black tuxedo, which kind of makes me wonder if there's some sort of spiritual clash going on at the hotel. I mean, that hotel has quite a few spirits that are around there. So it does make you wonder if maybe that's something... I don't know why. I'm picturing like the Ghostbusters where like that one building is like the centerfold for all the ghosts to come out. Like I feel like that's what the Roosevelt is.
It's such a weird energy in there, isn't it? Like it's so mixed, the energy you feel. It's like nice, but then it's like not.
Yeah.
It's like kind of weird.
So you're walking out of the ballroom and you're closing the door and you swear that you saw like a black shadow standing there, like right when the door was closing, like the corner of your eye.
It was like he was saying bye or something.
Yeah. So the reason why I brought that up is because there is another channel called My Haunted Diary.
Okay.
And this man who we're hoping to get on the show, we'll see.
That'd be awesome.
He does a lot of these paranormal explorations and he does this research. He has cameras, certain type of cameras that he uses. So he's in the ballroom and there's a scene where he's walking backwards. I think he's like rewinding it, and it's like you see him walking backwards, and onto his left side, your right side, you see a shadow kind of take a step forward, then stops, and as he's like backing up more, which is David, the guy that runs the actual channel, he is backing up, the shadow just backs away from him.
Ooh.
And it's interesting because it is definitely a black mass of a shadow. And so when you had brought that up, that made me wonder if maybe you had saw what he had found.
Probably.
Yeah, and so it's really interesting because it's not just you. There are multiple people who have reported seeing some sort of shadow, like a black shadow in that ballroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, jeez.
Yeah, it was like really strange. Like it's always at the corner of my eye. Like it's so weird. And then we were just walking out and the door was closing really slow. And then I just see someone standing there. I thought it was security. So I got kind of nervous. I was like, oh, shoot, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
So we just kept walking. And then I look again when the door's like closing more and there's no one there. I was like, because all security was wearing black, like kind of nice suits.
Yeah.
So I thought it was one of them. So that was really strange too.
Now, getting back down to the hallway, the basement, Chris had just finished scaring you.
Yep.
There was a part where you were trying to acknowledge, like, you know, telling him, can we acknowledge the fact that I just saw someone down there? And then later on in the video, you see Chris just like blinks her eyes and stops dead in her track and says that she just saw someone standing in the middle of the hallway. And then you're really trying to, you know, tell her like, hey, this is it. What was really interesting was Chris Starr started holding her head as if she was getting a headache of some sort.
Yeah.
Did that happen to you by chance at the hotel at any point in time or even down in that basement hallway?
Definitely when I was by myself, like at the end of the hallway, I definitely felt like a lot of pressure on my head.
Okay.
It wasn't necessarily a headache. It was just like really heavy feeling.
Interesting. And Ashley and Tyler, how about you guys? Did you guys happen to feel something like that?
Yeah, that's kind of why I went to bed early. I wasn't feeling well. I felt drained.
Okay.
So I showered, went to bed, and the girls kind of went off.
Okay. Well, this is interesting that you guys have all had this type of feeling at that hotel because I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a thing called an apex shift. I don't know if you've heard of that before.
I've heard Apex Legends.
Yeah. So an apex shift or actually in general like a paranormal shift is basically when a entity or a spirit is in the room and it's basically trying to make a communication with you, talk to you, let you know that it's present. And what happens usually is people usually get a very loud ringing of the ear, almost like you've been listening to music or a concert all night, and then when you leave, it's just ringing consistently.
Yeah.
It starts to build up a little bit louder to the point where it can actually start to hurt your ears a little bit. I've had incident where here in Whittier, there's a hotel that I was working as a security guard, and they told me it's haunted. And I remember going in the back by myself, and it feels like this, like someone has taken their hand and they're kind of like rubbing your head with their fingers, but you're getting that weird tingly sensation.
Yeah.
And so what it is has been described as a spirit or entity trying to communicate with you. Some people believe that it's your spirit guide trying to communicate with you also.
Could be.
I'm not saying this is a guarantee, but it does seem like that's what you all experienced while you were at that hotel.
Yeah, we definitely experienced something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've actually had like experiences with my spirit guide. So there was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've had a lot, which is freaking crazy. It's my grandpa's dad. I didn't know anything about him, and I called my grandpa and asked things, and I used like a Ouija board to communicate with him, which is, it's controversial. Like, oh, he's pretending or whatever. But it told me things that I didn't know. Like, I wouldn't have known. And I called my grandpa and told him. He's like, yep, that sounds like my dad.
Wow.
Yeah, and he died when he was 50, his dad did, so he died a long, long time ago.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and there was this one time I fell out my window, so I didn't have a screen on my window, and it was just open, and my window goes up to, like, my knees, like, in my bedroom, and I fell out the window. I, like, was literally about to fall, like, down onto the driveway.
Whoa.
And I grabbed the wall, and I feel like myself slipping, and then I feel this force pull me back in. Like, it was crazy. It was like someone saved me.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't even know how I got back in.
Oh, my
Like,
gosh.
I'm not that strong to pull myself. I'm like hanging out the window. So that was really, really scary, but it was like one of the first experiences I ever had.
Now, there is a video that you talk about. It says My Paranormal Experiences. Is that one? So that was the one that you had, because you said that you had many paranormal experiences, especially when you were little, but you didn't really specify what it was. Was that the incident that happened?
Well, that was actually like a year ago. So that wasn't too long ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But apparently I used to talk to my spirit guide when I was little.
Okay.
Too, apparently.
That's actually completely normal for a child to talk to a spirit in the room. We actually had a ghost story in one of our episodes, ghost story number 1, I believe, where a woman, the mother, had her daughter talking to spirits. Got a little creepy at one point, and they moved, and then she's talking, what she says, talking to angels. So it's really interesting.
Yeah, it's really different. It's crazy.
That's wild. Oh, my goodness. So this question's for all three of you. So with everything that you guys did and saw at the hotel, would you go back and stay at that hotel again?
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah? Okay, nice. I'd run like hell, but that's just me.
But did
that's
you
like good
guys
timing.
see Chris Starr's version?
Oh, yeah.
That
So
is
I did
crazy.
not actually get to see Chris
Watch
Starr's
it,
version.
watch
I
it.
will definitely be watching it when this episode cuts off. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm just going to turn it on and watch it right now.
No, seriously.
Yeah,
She gets
I
a
need to
shadow
see
person.
No, right where she's talking about, like, she saw a man, and then Chris said she saw someone right in front of her. She and I are kind of talking about something, and you literally see someone just walk right past us, and it's just all this glass, like the glass doors. They walk right past. There's nowhere for them to
Wow.
go, and it's just right there.
Into the wall, right?
Yeah,
into
right
that
into the
weird
wall.
That's that haunted room
Yeah,
that Shane
that's-
Dawson stayed
but
in.
That's right where you saw a guy.
That's right. You guys did mention Shane Dawson, who has his own YouTube channel. He stayed in that room.
Yeah, in the room where the shadow walked into. That
Wow.
it looked
That
like.
room looks so crazy.
Yeah,
All the mirrors
it was
around.
dark. It was like in the middle of nothing.
Yeah.
And it was just
There's
no lights.
and there's no light showing you like, hey, this is your
No.
room.
Right.
Like
Jeez.
they had trouble finding it when they stayed because they're like, where the hell is our room?
That's insane.
We should stay.
Well, then
It was like
again.
the back side of the hotel too. Yeah.
Okay. Now you went up to the roof area. Did you happen to pick up anything at the roof? I can't remember if you said you did or not.
Up by Marilyn Monroe's room.
Okay,
we
that's
did.
right.
Room. It was like Suite 1200, right? Something like that.
Something like that,
It was like
yeah.
the 12th floor, and we picked up a few weird things there.
Okay.
Like just feelings, like cold spots and
Okay.
whatnot. And then that voice saying fire, like to me. So
Why do you think it said fire? Just out of curiosity here.
we were really vocal about what we were looking for. We're like, where the hell? How do we get to the roof?
Oh,
Like
okay.
we're all talking to each other, and it was like fire. Like
Whoa.
I was like, fire. And then I told them I was like, fire. And then one of you was like, fire escape.
Yeah.
I think it was Tyler.
That was me.
Yeah, he was like, fire escape. I was like, oh, maybe that's what she was trying to. Hey, maybe you could go up the fire escape, like helping us or something. I don't know.
Okay.
It's kind of weird. Don't know. I got kind of scared. I thought there was gonna be fire or something.
Right? Yeah. Especially when you hear someone say fire. Yeah, exactly. Is there anything, like any announcements that you'd like to share with anybody? I know you're a dancer, and I just happened to check out your studio that you dance at, which, by the way, you are an amazing dancer.
Thank you so much.
Seriously. I was watching I think I was on the Instagram, and I was looking at all the dances that you've done,
Yeah.
and you are a phenomenal dancer.
Thank you. I love it.
And then you're awesome with these kids, too. These kids,
They're awesome.
they are such good dancers. dancers. So
They're
I
awesome.
really commend you on that.
Thank you.
Real quick, again, congratulations on dancing over at Angel Stadium.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
That was-
the kids did so good.
I was watching the video and I'm just like, that's her. Crazy. She's going to be on the show. Yeah, that was really cool though.
Yeah, it took us years to get that, like, because we are the only dance company they ever let perform there.
Really?
Ever. So my boss, JR, she's the owner. She got us there. Like, she has spent years trying to get us in there.
Yeah, she has a lot that she does. I even saw something Disneyland or Knott's Berry Farm.
Yeah, we performed at Knott's, Disneyland, OC Fair. We perform at the Clippers game every year.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool the venues she gets.
Well,
for the
you guys
kids.
are doing an amazing job. So your
Thank
kids are
you.
phenomenal. So
yeah, they're amazing.
please keep that up.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any performances coming up?
We perform mostly in the summer. So the Angels game was the last for the year, and now we have auditions for people to come join. We take every level. So we get kids to be from beginning to like intermediate in like a couple months.
That's
basically,
awesome.
It's really awesome.
That's good though. That's
Yeah.
really good. And you also have a merch website, I believe.
Yeah, it's on Teespring actually.
Teespring.
So I use Teespring to put my merch out. I'm also a graphic designer, so I design my merch and stuff and put it out there just if people want to, represent or whatever.
Yeah. Now, if anyone wanted to go and buy your merchandise, where would they go?
They would go to teespring.com. It's actually in the link on all my YouTube videos.
Okay.
So under the description, it says buy my merch here. So there's a link. It's kind of a long link. So they could go under any YouTube video and see it.
Sounds good. That sounds good. And Ashley, you have your own YouTube channel. It's Adventures with Ashley. Do you have any merchandise or anything, a website to be selling stuff?
Don't.
Okay.
Ashley.
Now I have a graphic designer, so get that in the works.
Yes, you should.
All right. And Tyler, you have a YouTube channel, but no videos other than doing these paranormal investigations or explorations and also going to these abandoned places. Do you have anything that you'd like to share with the listeners? Any merchandise, websites, book?
You should open merch just for the hell of
I should
it.
have merch for the fun of it.
For the hell of
I
it.
actually work in graphic design, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, this is great.
And he sells vinyl.
Yeah, I was bringing vinyl to her house one day, and she's like, "Oh, vinyl."
I was like, oh, you brought the vinyl. He's like, what?
Well, you know what? This has been fantastic. Thank you to Kelsi and Ashley and Tyler for coming onto the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
You guys were wonderful. I'm so happy you were able to make it out here, so thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, a very big thank you to my special guest, Kelsi, and her friends, Ashley and Tyler, for taking the time to come onto the show. It was an honor to have you here, so thank you. Please keep making more vlogs and especially more haunted places.
Oh, yeah. We're planning on one tonight, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And just out of curiosity, is it like locally here or is it more where you live?
I don't know yet. We're going to go get a Ouija board.
Oh. Dun, dun, dun. I'm so glad you mentioned the Ouija board because we will actually be having in October our very own Ouija board confessions. We will be having a group of people coming in and telling us their experiences with the Ouija board during and after, and even a year or two after, depending on how long it's been since they played. So that should be interesting.
Oh, I actually had a bad experience with the Ouija
A
board.
lot of people have bad experiences as opposed to... I don't think I've ever heard of a good experience with a Ouija board.
Yeah, I've had a couple good experiences, but a lot of bad.
Yeah.
Mostly bad.
It involved my cat being thrown at the ceiling.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, your cat's name is...
Luna.
Luna, that's
I have Luna
right.
and Tito.
And Tito, that's right, yeah. So thank you so much for coming onto the show. If you want to see more of this show, please check out our social media pages. Facebook at Pod Paranormal 87, Instagram, Void Podcast 18, Twitter at Nightwing Silver, along with our website, intothevoidpod.com. That's intothevoidpod.com. You can go there and check out our in-studio pictures, links to previous episodes, and so much more. And lastly... once again, I'd like to announce we have a Patreon account, and if you haven't heard, on the last episode, we gave our first Patreon subscriber a shout-out and a custom Into the Void sticker. Renee, you've seen those stickers.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, you have one.
I have one on my hydrophone.
That's
Get
right.
a sticker? Thank you. Oh.
Thank you to the wonderful people at Sticker App for making that sticker possible, by the way. Sticker App. Get your stickers done. That was a non-paid ad, by the way.
It was pretty good.
Thank you. So if you'd like to get your hands on a sweet sticker, check out Patreon. Become a part of our growing family. Your support will help this show grow immensely. Once again, a big thank you to Rene for joining me on this 13th episode, and also Undercity Comics, where Rene just so happens to be an employee of Undercity Comics. I'm not questioning it like I've never been here before. You guys, if you haven't had a chance, please come out to Whittier. Check out Undercity Comics. They have comic books galore over here. They have collectibles. We have little figurines inside the actual podcast studio. You can come in here and see little figurines on the table. It's quite nice, quite enjoyable. And I am definitely going to buy a comic before I leave. So once again, I am G-Man, and I want to thank you so much for falling with me into the void. We'll catch you later.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.